Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, wanted to talk about this because this is definitely on my mind after watching the Jose Ramirez versus Amir Imam fight. Now, first of all, let me start off by saying that was a fantastic fight by both fighters. Credit to both Jose Ramirez and Amir Imam for putting a great fight on for the fans of boxing. It was a great fight for boxing, and both guys deserve nothing but the utmost respect for putting on such an entertaining fight. And credit to Jose Ramirez for becoming a world champion and doing what he's doing for his hometown of Fresno, California. He's got a lot to fight for, and he's outwilling a lot of opponents, and he's moving closer and closer to becoming an all boxing superstar. So big shout out to Mr. Jose Ramirez. Now, with that being said, he is now a title holder at 140 pounds. He is slated to fight Regis Prograis next, because I believe the agreement was before both those guys had their fights. The winner of Prograis versus initially it's supposed to be Postal, but then it became Ndongo, was supposed to fight the winner of Imam Ramirez, which ultimately wanted to be Ramirez. So the next fight is supposed to be Prograis versus Ramirez. So before I get into what I really want to talk about in this video, let me just say for that fight, that's going to be a good fight for the fans of boxing. Two guys who are undefeated in their prime, killers, dogs. These dudes want to show that they're really the best. Prograis seems to have a really a confidence about him, a certain swagger about him that I like, that I think is going to get him far in boxing, and has already gotten him far in boxing. He's the first champion from his city in roughly 50 years, so big shouts out to him. He's already made history. As far as Jose Ramirez, he's got a lot to fight for with the Fresno water crisis and raising money for that, and just everything he's involved in. So, he's got a lot to fight for as well. But that's going to be a good fight. You're going to have one guy, Ramirez, who's a fantastic pressure fighter, has good boxing skills himself, against a guy in Prograis who kind of has shown, from what I've seen, to do a little bit of everything. So I think it's gonna be a good fight. And if I had to pick who I think won in that fight, tough. That's really a tough one to pick. But I'll probably lean towards more with Ramirez. I think he's just got that just a bit more in his skill set, and he seems to be one of those fighters that he has a lot on his plate to fight for right now, as does Prograis. But he seems to be just outwilling dudes every night he fights. So I'm gonna go with Ramirez in that fight if they do fight. It should he be victorious in that fight, and I wanted that to lead into what I'm gonna talk about now. I think a fight that should be looked into, honestly, and this please, for those of you out there, go send this to all the promoters in boxing, ESPN, Bob Arum, Top Rank, Christina Poncher, whoever you gotta send it to, the fighters themselves that I'm gonna mention, Ramirez, Granados, whoever. The next fight, or a fight that should be look into later this year, should Ramirez get past Prograis. And I'm not sure he's going to fight Prograis next, because I think I saw something about Bob Arum wanting Prograis and Ramirez to take interim fights. But at some point in time, I think a fight that should be looked into should be Adrian Granados versus Jose Ramirez. And I want to tell you why. All right? Okay? So Bob Arum is in the business of selling fights. Bob Arum is in the business of making money. Bob Arum is in the business of marketing the sport of boxing and his fighters to said fans, right? Okay? So you have Ramirez, a guy that's Mexican, come forward style, very exciting, TV-friendly fighter, just beat Amir Imam. Okay, you got that. Then you have Granados, TV-friendly fighter, Mexican, beat Amir Imam in more dominant fashion than Jose Ramirez, okay? Mind you, although Granados lost 2 fights last year on paper, we got to say on paper, because I thought he was robbed against Broner, and I know a lot of people thought that he beat Broner, but he lost last year to Broner and Porter, right? But he's supposedly supposed to move down to 140. That's what the last time I talked to Granados for an extended period of time, he told me he was moving down to 140, and I think that'll be the best move for him because he's a better fighter there. But I don't know what's going on with his career right now. But I'm just spitballing here. I think this would be a great fight. I think it'd be a good fight because of the styles, because of the fact that both guys have a common opponent who they both did well against, who they both beat. Granados did it in much more dominant fashion than anybody has, than Ramirez did, and it's a fight where I'll say it like this: Adrian Granados, in my opinion, is owed that fight, and I want to tell you why he was owed that fight. Because when he beat Amir Imam, right, he should have got a world title shot. He was supposed to get a Victor Post title shot, because if I believe that fight might have been an eliminator fight. I might be dead wrong about that, but hold on a second. Hold on. Yeah, I believe that fight might have been an eliminator fight because once Amir Imam lost, I believe it was Granados who became the mandatory, but nobody fought him, and he was frozen out for a while, trying to find the right trying to find the right deal, and it never quite happened. Postal didn't fight him. Postal lost to Crawford. Mir got pushed down the rankings, and that's just what happened. He got pushed down the rankings. Then he was forced to take fights at 147 because those were the best offers that are being made available to him at that time. So it's a fight he's owed because he should have got the WBC. After he beat Amir Imam, he should have got the WBC world title shot. Ramirez now has that belt. They're both Mexican TV-friendly fighters. That'd be a good fight for TV. That'd be a good fight for ESPN. That'd be a good fight for, if you're Bob Arum, you would favor Ramirez to beat Granados, but at the same time, Granados is a game of enough fighter that on any given night, he could upset you. And that's what makes the fight interesting. That's what I like to see. And I think it'd be one of the better fights at 140, be Adrian Granados finally getting the world title shot that he earned in 2015. And that's all I wanted to say. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about that potential fight down the road. What do you think? Adrian Granados versus Jose Ramirez? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I said in the comments down below, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from being it. So until next time, take care, guys.